one night in Los Angeles. While drinking, having fun, he took out his hand like, "Hey, dude, let's race to the first $1 million." Race for $1 million. That's an aggressive race. But you know what? Just because I didn't like the guy, I really took on the race, seriously. 5 years after we had the handshake, I think I was 28. I'm like, man, now I have more than $1 million in my bank. I think I want to call that guy. And then actually he came. I picked him up with the Range Rover, nice. I was asking him, "So what are you doing now, man? You get that $1 million yet?" He said, "No." And then it made me feel good. Oh, this is what it feels like. Defeating, people that you hate. So I just kept on going, And I had houses, I had properties, I had a few apartments. I counted, I had like 15 cars or something, 6, 7 Harleys at the time, and then just toys in my garage, and then I could buy anything I want, and then I had everything that everybody else wanted. Man, I feel like I'm on top of my world. But how come there is such a big fear? How do I not become afraid? And because the fear is just not pleasant. Is this really going to last forever? And then I had accumulated much to the point where all I thought was just myself.
I remember one person had to die because of my greed. And the whole family suffered. Oh God. An old man owed me money, Then he gave me a check. Check is good for next week. Following week, I took it to the bank and it bounced. I go, "Okay, promise you, next week." Promise. Okay. To see him the next week, still didn't have money. So he lied to me 3 times. And then there was ego talking. It was not about money anymore, Couldn't care less about money. But, just don't do that to me. Brought my bouncer with me, my hitman. I destroyed his office. And then smashing things. The guy was so scared. He was smoking. He lit up a cigarette. He was so old, fragile. Old and gray and bent and shaking. There I was, I was still young, tough. And I was so happy, just his office was destroyed, tables split in 2 and chairs, I went home. Next day I found out he died, heart attack. All for $5,000. What have I become? It should have been me. I just made a promise that the rest of my life I just choose to do good things for other people. That's it. Indonesia is already it's a developing country, and then my village where I live is probably one of the underdeveloped villages. I'm not saying you have to sell your houses, your cars and everything. Well, that's what I did, but I'm not imposing the values to other people. That's what I needed to do. What I'm saying is maybe there's somebody that needs to build whatever, the houses or irrigation system or something or anything. There's a need, in their village. You go out, you be the answer to the need. I think the true happiness is when you start to empty yourself a little bit more and more, and more the next day. Giving is actually the key to happiness. We bring different values to young people that are really becoming addicted with selfishness. You go ask young people, say, what do you want to do in life, man? I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. Why? To make a lot of money. I say, I tell my children, if there's time, there's money, you become doctors. When you graduate, you become anything. You go out to the villages, go help serve people who cannot repay you at all. It gives me such satisfaction. Now we have a clinic down there, with the whole village. We fix their teeth, we clean them up, and and then they come back home like, oh, I've been suffering for years. I have no money to go to the doctors and everything. Now, thank God, I have you. They're happy because of your presence, because of your service that you do.
Punya keberanian, ya, untuk mempunyai kerendahan hati, mau belajar, menyatakan bahwa oke, saya orang muda, saya perlu belajar karena I'm not that smart, ya. Karena kita banyak we have to learn many things. Ini perlu kerendahan hati.
Kenapa? Karena gini, kamu tuh jadi manusia tuh harus punya sesuatu yang kamu mau. Ngerti nggak? Achievement. Kamu mau apa?
Yes, we teach the young people to be successful in everything, but before they become successful financially, I think it's good for them to have a good foundations of morale, which is actually not about self. It's about giving to other people, empowering, being beneficial to other people. Your presence need to benefit other people. That's how you're going to create the balanced society. It's actually contagious. When you go inspire somebody else, they become inspired, they want to do something else. Why is it really important? Well, because there's so much suffering in this world, because everybody serves themselves. Selflessness is really the key. The fear, it's not there anymore. Yeah, there's really nothing to be afraid of. 10 years ago and beyond, happiness can only be defined by the feeling of having something that nobody else has. That was my happiness. Winning the race in life. It's completely opposite. It's towards fulfilling somebody else's dreams.
Apa itu di dalam? Makanan ya?
The togetherness and doing something different, for other people, really is what's going to unite your family even more. Live a simpler life.